Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully y'all can hear me loud and clear. Let me get the links, send everything out to the peoples. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, it's still a crazy lag, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and mark up real quick. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're looking for a group of people going in the same direction you're going in, make sure y'all tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. And if you are looking for a broker that is giving out 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. Right now, price is going crazy. I'm gonna show y'all real quick in a minute. Let me go ahead and mark up. If y'all want this markup, join the group, fund up your broker, and I will be doing sessions, group sessions, to share the strategy with you and how you can take advantage of it. We got a 75 to 90% win rate. Alright, yesterday it actually went up and hit that TP3 for those that were on yesterday. Let me get my take profits in order. Alright, this is what we're looking like. Everything's marked up, ready to go. Yesterday, y'all see it smacked TP3. That's where TP3 was, and we called it yesterday because of the fair value gap that was up here. It actually came and got that gap and dropped. So let's see if we can spot any other ones. Let's go ahead and remove these since these are already filled. Let's check the 15. There's a bunch of little gaps up here on 15. Check the hour. A couple more gaps up here on the hour. Nice little liquidity grab. So yeah, let's just check the closest gaps possible. So we got this gap, and we got this gap. It kind of lines up with TP3. Any gaps below? No gaps below, but we do have this candle right here that's just chilling by itself. So it might be looking to run stops there. So we kind of got confirmations on both sides of where it could go based on gaps and where the liquidity is. So let's see, right now we are, what is that, 7 for 7? Really 8 for 8, but we didn't take a trade because of news. So 7 for 7. Let's see. Let me check everything else for y'all. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright. I don't know, it's pretty even with the numbers. Let's see what's going on here. Got a little news at 10. So let's see. Let me check my calendar to see what happened last time during this news event at 10 o'clock. Consumer, I actually don't have a read on what it did last time. I didn't save it for some reason. Where y'all tuning in from? If we got some people in the comments, go ahead and drop a comment. Make sure y'all can hear me, y'all can see me loud and clear. Where you from, where you from, where you from? Let's see. See what Bloomberg's talking about.
Plan from AcesBlackstar D.
Is the year that everything just comes together, right?
Not too much. Not too much. So if you're just now tuning in, we pointed out that we got a gap here. And we got a gap here, which could draw price to. And then we have this low all the way back here that has never been touched. So what that means is basically we can look for a breakout and it could go either way. There's no real bias of one direction just because it could go either way. It wants to come get these gaps, but then it also wants to come get this low. And when you look on it, when you look at it on a big scale, y'all see it's just sideways. Dangerous if you're swing trading and stuff like that, but y'all know this is a scalping strategy, so we're trying to get in and get out. So it's a gap on the 15, it's a gap on the 30, even bigger gap on the hour. And this is like a small little gap on the hour. So the higher time frame gaps are gonna hold more weight. But like I said, we're not gonna be biased. If it doesn't do what it needs to do in the next couple of minutes, then we're probably just gonna hold off just because of news that's coming at 10 o'clock. You never really know what news is gonna do. So it's best to just hold off. To live to trade another day. I don't know, these numbers is kind of even. Numbers is kind of even. What's today? Tuesday?
The American Airlines stock right now currently trading off 4% at $13.97. Why do you think the market's reacting so poorly to this?
Thanks for having me. It could be a confluence of factors. Just like the nice run over the last 6 months. So you can see some fast money accounts profit taking, the impact of winter storm Fern, risk of another government shutdown on the horizon, and I think some uncertainty and investor debate about the impact of the economy's growth in Chicago over summer.
It's been a volatile ride this morning for American. Earnings came out, stock plunges pre-market, then it rallies. Everybody says the 2026 outlook is great or great given the circumstances. Then it falls again, given what you're saying. Is the 2026 outlook strong? American Airlines itself said that it was conservative. Should we not be expecting a pretty decent year for them?
I think it is a positive outlook. EPS was above our estimates, which were above consensus. They're expecting to hit their debt pay down target a year early. I'm really high on it, so we would view the weakness as a factor at that point, minimize buying opportunity in the share. So, I think it's just evolved in today's space and maybe more of a sell the news moment than a major red flag.
Our graphics genius Joe in the control room threw up a screen of American versus United, Delta and JetBlue. I guess America is outperforming JetBlue, but the other two big airlines are doing far better over the last 5 years. Is this a company that just has problems dealing with things like Storm Fern?
If you're looking at the last 5 years, I think that's
This news been driving the market crazy.
United got that bet right on international growth. They even higher earnings at wide body during the pandemic. So that's
I know a lot of y'all be looking at gold,
faster and the
trading gold.
traffic out of the U.S., whereas American has parked a lot of retired a lot of their 767s and their 830s. It's limited their ability to grow into the long-haul network over time. There was also the commercial strategy mishap about 2 years ago that cost about 10 points of their corporate traffic share that they recovered as they exited last year, but there were a few idiosyncratic headwinds in the recent history that caused their performance versus United and Delta.
With this weather, with the cancellations we saw over the weekend, threat of maybe more cancellations to come with the bad weather, how much of these do you view as a one-off versus airlines needing to rethink strategies, maybe network complexity or fleet strategy? Does it have longer-term impact than just momentary loss of revenues and fragment flights?
Look like it might just consolidate for a little bit.
I think the network complexity is a fair debate. You saw United on their call talk about preferring three large-size mid-con hubs versus one mega hub, of over 900 departures a day, due in part to the operational complexities that hubs of that scale bring. I think there's aspects of it that are just unavoidable. Weather's always going to create problems.
All right, so if you're just now tuning in, this is what we're looking at right now. I don't know if the audio is too loud, so I stopped it. We got our box right here, and on the 15, we actually do have a couple of fair value gaps that it could go to that can confirm our buy trade or our buy bias. But then we also have this low that's untouched that could qualify our sell bias. So we're kind of stuck in the middle right now, and we have news at 10. So just in 10 minutes. So this is kind of like one of those toss in the air. If you do take the trade, make sure that you have a small lot size, smaller than normal, just because you don't know what the news is going to do at 10 o'clock. Because we actually have both. We actually have both possibilities. It can shoot up to grab these gaps and then come down, or it can come down, grab this liquidity and then go up. Which one is going to do? It's probably going to do both, but y'all know when it comes down to trading, it's all about timing. If you get in a buy and it's going down here, you got to be able to hold this drawdown until it goes back up to get these gaps. And then vice versa. If you jump in a buy or a sell, but it goes up to get these gaps first, you got to be able to hold it until it comes down here to get this low. Because we know that price either shoots for one or the other. And if you're brand new to the channel, we try to go live daily around 9:30 just to kind of mark this up and see what we got going on. Right now we are 7 for 7. And some of the days that we have news, we just don't take the trade at all because it's better to be safe than sorry. And especially if you don't know what the news is going to do. So right now I don't have any kind of results for what it did last time at 10 o'clock. Just make sure that you lower your lot size, lower your risk to see if it's going to play out for you. But if you're looking for a group of people going in the same direction you're going in, make sure y'all tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. And if you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same-day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. Let's get back to Bloomberg, see what they're talking about while we wait.
Challenges for airline operations. I view this as more of a transitory issue that the market should look through versus any type of a year ago when we saw
pushing up a little bit. So we're looking like as far as the businesses look like a little bit more green than red.
The consumer, the higher end consumer obviously still able to pay these prices and fly overseas. The lower end consumer has to struggle as 80% of the country is with prices of everything. Does that not bode poorly for American Airlines when they have to rely on the top 10, 20, or even 50% of the consumers?
Yeah, I think it's okay for the airlines. It's not the premium end. It's not just business class or life flight seats. It could be anything from extra legroom economy seats, really just anything other than the back of the bus. So I don't think it's a super elitist definition. I also think there's reasons to be encouraged for the lower end of the market to come back this year, especially if we have a robust tax refund season. That could serve to prime the pump a little bit for main cabin leisure demand.
Tom, what's going what's going on with JetBlue? This is a company that has said that it's been investing in premium, certainly building more airlines. We see that airline lounges. We see that in New York City airports. Why are they unable to turn things around at this point?
Well, I think a lot of their initiatives are going to need some more time to ramp and bear fruit, and I also think they, there was a perfect storm of issues that hit the company. Their merger with Spirit Airlines got blocked by the DOJ. They took a hit by the GTF engine grounding, which were out of their control. And then I just think the whole kind of industry construct flipped post-pandemic, where a lot of the secular tailwinds they favored low-cost carriers turned into headwinds, so they've had to kind of be adapting to that. And they're doing, I would say they're doing everything. I mean, they're making all the right decisions and they're moving as quickly as they can. But I think some of the things outside their control dug them into a little bit of a hole. The leverage also is a cause for concern. I think that keeps some investors on the sidelines, where if there was a lower leverage point, you might see people buying it at the stock market.
They're down about 4.5% compared to American's drop this morning. Tom, thank you so much for joining us. TD Cowen Airlines analyst.
All right, still consolidating, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're going to be able to get the news before we get in the trade, so we can see what it does, if it does anything at all, and then you can make your decision on which way to go. Like I said, it can still go up or down. So
business and financial news whenever and wherever it happens. I'm Michael McKee at Mount Everest. This is Bloomberg.
Why do the biggest names in business choose Bloomberg Television?
That's a great question. Very good question. It's a good question. Great question. I so appreciate that question. Can somebody ask interesting questions?
Bloomberg Television, top expert.
all right, we got about 5 minutes.
Great questions.
Trading day is about to start.
Really ready for that.
The opening trade brings you everything you need to know as markets open across Europe.
Significant risk transfers can find space in their balance sheet.
Hedging some of that risk. You can do it the other way. Don't see this stuff as risk weights. I would much rather be long than be short.
We're in a kind of sweet spot.
Very, very strong alignment.
New revolutions in one.
I'm Guy Johnson.
I'm Elliot.
And I'm Tom McKenzie. This is your opening trade.
Every trading day, only on Bloomberg.
Well, we have good news. We got the last, the hostages back.
From Davos, Switzerland, and next in Bloomberg.
This is Bloomberg Open Interest. I'm Matt Nolan. Let's get a quick check of what the stock market is doing now. Just about 30 minutes into the session. We're looking at 69.76 on the S&P 500, 69.85. Not that it matters. It's the all-time high. We're getting back up to that level of NASDAQ at about 25,900 right now. I saw NVIDIA actually flash down for a moment. Now it's up 0.25%, but it's not really moving the market too much with these small moves. CoreWeave, on the other hand, continues to gain this after yesterday's $2 billion investment in some upgrades that Danny was pointing out by analysts on that. United Health, with the rest of the sector, is down after it looks like Medicare spending will be flat. Boeing is off as well, even though it has a massive, almost $700 billion backlog. American Airlines is down, even though it had a 26 outlook that these Tom Fitzgerald, the analyst we just spoke to, thought was positive. And UPS right now gaining 2.5%. This is a company that forecasts $90 billion.
We waiting on it to break out after news to see if it's going to be a sell or a buy. We haven't made the decision yet, because it can go either way.
The profits also come with a big shift that they're under budget. Cut back on Amazon deliveries.
We got opportunity above to grab liquidity, and then we have this low down here that it can come for. So either way is going to be a valid entry. We just have to wait to see. When and where it's gonna break out at. Alright, 10 is loading.
This is a company, this is what, its first full year outlook in a year? Is it fair to say that it's finally getting insight into how things are ahead?
Well, Danny, I would say the fog is lifted. Because yes, we finally have another full-year outlook.
And we're waiting for news anyway.
They had been a little bit more conservative in giving guidance as trade and tariff policy just shifted again and again last year. And the outlook that we got is being received positively by Wall Street. Yes, nearly $90 billion in revenue. Wall Street looking for about $88 billion. But there's a lot that is still hanging over this.
A lot of companies turning red.
Of tariffs, the continued hit to revenue in some places from cutting business with Amazon. So we are still waiting, and analysts and investors are waiting to see how this all shakes out.
Now it's 10 o'clock
I
a.m.
should point out, I mean, even though it blows me away at 90 billion, that's less than they've had in past years because they have such a big business with Amazon, although clearly it's a low margin business, it's not worth doing. Yes, and investors are very aware of this. The stock fell 21% this year. It has a pretty, or last year, I mean, has a pretty deep hole to climb out of, down around 50% from its post-COVID highs. Investors have questioned this plan to cut business with Amazon, even though in the long run, Swiss says there'll be a higher level business. Yeah, 21 and 22, they'll do about 100 billion. Mac and Griffin, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Coming up next hour, Paisley Nardini talks Mag 7 earnings. This is Bloomberg.
Alright, got the numbers. Didn't really do anything to Us30. So now if you're following along, what you can do is go to your calendar, put this event in your calendar, and type in no movement. So next time, when this event comes, you'll know, hey, last time there was no movement. Not saying that that is going to be exactly what's going to happen this time. However, it allows you to kind of get some type of expectation of movement, whether it's going to be up or down, or how much of a movement it's going to be. I needed EU to come down, boy. It's really going crazy. Heading towards the downside. Keep your patience, keep your patience. Waiting on the breakout.
Game here is to understand these digital assets have the ability to change the payment landscape of the world. And we need to be ready. We, the regulators, the world needs to be ready for a new wave of change. Stablecoins are
Heading towards CP1. Patience, patience, patience. A lot more companies turning red. Right. Right. Patience. a small gap right here on the 15. Very small. Look like it might go get those gaps first, maybe. Just stop right on the zone or close within the zone. Move this down here so I can stop clicking on it.
Used as a medium of exchange outside of the crypto world, what is today the fiat currency world. At some point, I think these digital asset wallets, people will be comfortable not using it. I think we'll have a flip from conventional payment mechanisms.
Testing.
A sandbox for bank deposits in Hong Kong.
Testing.
All on the table. So the only thing I thought was compounding is this, get that one right. The market capitalization on both sides of this are both similar to today. $72 billion of flows a day. It's less than 1% of the flows of the payment system in the world. But because they have the ability to be very helpful,
I need to use a mic tomorrow.
particularly in retail to begin with, but then potentially on the wholesale side, I think we will see a lot more of them.
I ain't talking about nothing on Bloomberg. Oh, he's still in a no trade. He's still not in a trade yet. Be patient. If you're just now tuning in, we're waiting on a couple of things to happen, but what we have pointed out is if we go for a buy, it's more of a confirmation because there are a couple of gaps up here around TP1 and TP3, and if we go for a sell, that is also valid because there are some lows here that's never been touched. That price is probably looking to liquidate. So kind of either way, we could go for the trade. We just have to wait for the confirmation to get in. And if you're looking for a group of people going in the same direction that you're going in, tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. And if you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. Alright, so you could take the trade here to the downside. A lot of companies are red. But I would still be cautious. Heading towards TP1. If you got in, you probably got in around right here. Stuff keeps on. Somewhere around there. If you hesitated. See if we can go ahead and smack TP1 before I jump off alive. You should already be in sales. You're using a 1 minute to make that box. But you learn that once you get all the way in. Once you get all the way in, you get the whole strategy. This thing is crazy. That's a lot of sell candles right there, boy. 6 hours straight. It's down for 6 hours straight. It's crazy. A lot more turning red, so that gives us even more of a confirmation. Hopefully don't nobody get online and say nothing crazy. Trump don't speak until 4, so should be good, but you never know. You never know. Look like it's trying. It's trying to push down. See if we can go ahead and hit TP1. Some more and more turning red. A couple greens in here. If you don't know, these are the top 30 companies that's inside US30. This is kind of like a confirmation, or more of a confirmation. If you look for multiple things to justify your decision outside of the strategy itself. That's the website, cnbc.com/Dow/-30. Just so y'all can follow along and y'all can know what's happening. And it gives you more of a confirmation of what the markets can do based off the 30 companies that you're trading. If y'all trade trend lines, this is a nice trend line right here. Which is also TPs for, depending on which, when you set these trend lines. TPs for day trades / swing trades. So we're not using this trend line to actually trade with. We're using it to justify where the take profits would be. So obviously we got in the trade here. Take profit 1 will be here. Take profit 2 will be here, because it's just matching up with the trend line. So if anybody got into buys, they would have their stop losses right below where the trend line is, because they think that this is a accurate support level. So if you were buying right now, you would probably buy here because it's hitting the trend line. But what happens most of the time is, price will come down and grab these stop losses and then go in a direction. So y'all got to remember, the EU is shooting up like crazy. So y'all got to remember, price, or it doesn't have to close to actually hit your stop loss. The wick has to just come down and hit your stop loss. So even if it does wick down here and then come back up here and respect this trend line, it still did the damage from everybody who put their stop losses below when they were buying here. So this is an easy way for people to or for the market to grab liquidity, because it knows that people that use trend lines, they're putting their stop losses right below those areas. So you can use these as take profit levels, the points of the trend lines. That's all I was saying. But yeah, that EU shot up like crazy. Like crazy. I needed to come down though. I've been holding for way too long. I needed to come down. It ain't no real signs of it coming down, but I needed to come down. At this point, we in position trades. It's gonna be a 6-month hold, boy. Look like we're coming up on TP1 though. It's kind of inching. It's playing around. A lot of companies in red right now. EU just keep on getting even more power. News already happened. Two minutes until this 15-minute candle close. We need the US dollar to turn around and get strong, man. What's going on? Hopefully Trump's speech today gives the US dollar more strength to come back. Because this is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Hey, if anybody tell you price will never just go straight up, don't believe them. Don't believe them. Price definitely will go straight up on you. If you trade US30, you know that it likes to play around. It's gonna inch there, little by little. But it is heading there, so. Nothing too crazy. $74. So if y'all just now tuning in, if you're looking for a group of people going in the same direction you're going in, make sure y'all tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. If you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. Also, if you're just now tuning in, you should be in sales right now for US30. If you are following the strategy. And these are your TP 1, 2, and 3. And this green line right here is a nice point that has never been touched, which price is probably going to be drawn to. So there is a likely chance that it could go past TP3. Obviously that decreases your win rate, but just for confirmation purposes, there is a low here that has never been touched. And we know price likes lows and it likes gaps. There's a couple gaps above, and there's a low below. And if you zoom out, you see it's kind of just been up and down, up and down, up and down. Hasn't really gone in a real direction. So far we are 7 for 7. Could have had an 8th win in there, but we didn't take the trade because of news. We've also discovered that today's news really didn't move the market. So if you're rocking with us, go ahead and put in your calendar today's event that happened at 10 o'clock and put no movement next to it. That way next month, next week, next year, you'll be able to look at the same event once you go to type it into your calendar, and you'll know that, hey, previously it had no movement. So you don't expect a big move. Not saying that that's law, however, it could be a possibility that it's not going to move again. Or if it does move, it's not a big move. So we put these events in our calendar just so we'll know what has happened in the past to estimate what could potentially happen in the future. But never just randomly look at a news event and say, hey, last time it went up 30 pips or 30 points. So this time it's going to go up 30 points. You will be a sad person because it doesn't always play out the exact same way. News events affect the market in different ways, even if they are the same news events. It just gives us awareness of what happened. And it allows you to determine if you want to actually jump in a trade or not, because if you see a news event at 10 and it shot up 100 points, 200 points, you probably should wait to enter the trade, even if it does meet your confirmations, until after the news event. Right now it's playing around. So you can either do this, set your stop losses to break even and just kind of break even on the day, or you can hold it to see if it go through. But when it doesn't have momentum like this, it's kind of like you don't really know what it's going to do. It doesn't even really know what it's going to do, and that's why it's not really moving that much. But if you close right here, right now, you'll still secure a win. And if you set your stop loss to break even, and all you got to do is pay the spread if you got spread on that. And it could very well go to TP3, even beyond, like I said, because we got lows down here. However, if you don't want to take the risk, securing a small win is better than a loss, or even holding for some drawdown that you can't afford to hold. So make a decision on what you want to do and be fine with that decision. Win, lose, or draw. I'm not giving y'all no trading advice. You make your own judgment on what you want to do. I'm just giving you the options. Either you can close now and be in profit, set your stop loss to break even and lose the spread if it hits your break even, and or keep your stop loss wherever it's at and wait for it to go ahead and hit TP 1, 2, or 3. Those are your 3 choices. You just got to be cool with either one of them. like it's coming back up. Might come in and fill that gap and then push down. But if it starts breaking above gaps, then you know it's time to go. Nice little 15-minute gap right here. Start breaking above gaps and closing. It's time to go. If it respects it, it should continue down. If not, it's going to get these gaps first. I got about 8 minutes into this 15-minute candle close.
Playing from AcesBlackstar D.
It's a lot more red than green, but those could change quickly. That was at 70 something, so it's losing a little momentum. Trying to push down, but it's leaving that area so people can go ahead and put their sales in, and it's probably going to go up and grab 50% of that gap and then go down. Just because if you jumped in a sell, a lot of people's stop losses will probably be here. So if you're just now tuning in, possibly we could get a retest of that 50, maybe even come down and go above, and then go down to the low. Oh, it already flipped. Now it's already flipped. So if it's going to go to the upside, then it's going to go grab these gaps then. Yep, it's going to grab the gaps if it's going up. And then it might come down. Let's see. It's losing a little momentum. A couple of these is turning green. US needs some momentum, man. US needs some momentum. He ain't saying nothing over here. US30 like to play around, y'all, so it's definitely going to make people put their orders in, buys and sells. Buys and sells. Got 2 minutes until the 15-minute candle close. So it's a hurry up and wait game right now. If you're just now tuning in, some of the people that jumped on earlier could have caught a little profit if they closed out. I told people that they can go ahead and set their entries to or their stop loss to break even, and or you can hold it until TP 1, 2, or 3, just because these untouched lows are right here. But we also have gaps up here that it needs to touch. So buys and sells could both play out. However, you have to be able to hold whatever one you get into if it goes in opposite direction. Because the risk factor plays a big part with this whole trading thing, if y'all didn't know. Market goes up and down. You just want to get the timing right. And if you ain't got the timing right, then your risk and your direction got to be right. As long as your risk and your direction is right, then you should be good. If not, then you have to have the timing right. Because then you'll be over leveraged and you won't be able to hold the drawdown. Pushing back up into this 15-minute gap. We know if it break above the gap and close, it's basically it's going to the upside. If it kind of wick up there and come back down, then we might see it push lower. But if you're looking for a group of people going in the same direction that you're going in, don't hesitate to tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. And if you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same-day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below.
Cash flow topping estimates. It generated cash for a second straight quarter. That sounds like it's good news. How far along this recovery, this long-awaited recovery, is going actually?
So Boeing is on the road to recovery. They're still not there yet, but they are recovering. I mean, their fourth quarter results, preliminary results were boosted by the sale of their Covington.
Cash flow topping estimates. It generated cash for a second straight quarter. That sounds like it's good news. How far along this recovery, this long-awaited recovery, is going actually?
They are ramping up sales. They've been doing a surge in sales in the last, ever since the Trump administration came in. We've seen a surge in Boeing sales. And so Kelly
All right, let's see what it do. We got a whole 12 minutes though, so a lot can happen in 12 minutes. Let's see. Y'all staying warm out there? Where y'all located at? Go ahead and drop a comment below. I know it's cold everywhere. Literally everywhere. And if you're just now tuning in, we try to do these daily, Monday through Friday. To build the I see red and green, looking like Christmas out here. Still got 10 minutes to this candle close. Y'all know what that means. Inversion. Gap. Back a little bit, but we still got 10 minutes to this candle close, so can't really count anything until candles close. The wicks do the damage, but the candle closes that's the important part. Waiting on this candle to see what it's gonna do, y'all. It's either going to push up and close or wick all the way back down. And it just went up there to grab the liquidity because everybody would have probably had their stop losses right there. And it might push down to TP 1, 2, or 3 because we got this low, this untouched low here. And then it might head towards these gaps up here if it wants to go get them. And based on our companies, I don't know, it looked pretty even to me. What y'all think? Y'all see more red or do y'all see more green? More red or more green? What y'all see? $15 to $19 is what I counted. 15 greens. 15 reds to 19 greens. So it's a couple more companies that's green than red right now at this moment. And this is live movement, so it can change at any point. These aren't like set for the day. These are active live. So all of these could just change green real quick. And most likely that's going to push it up. Or they can all go red. But we got about 6 minutes until this candle close. If you guys want a US30 strategy that is 75 to 80% accurate, tap into the Boss4What Telegram link or group. The link is in the description. Join the broker that we're using. Fund up at least $250 and send me a screenshot of the Telegram. Alright, it's pulling back a little bit. We still got 5 minutes left. Like I said before, the body is important, but the wick does the damage. So if anybody had their stop losses below this high, they coming for you. Because I don't even think it hit it. Yep, it stopped short. Why did it do that? Ask yourself, why did it do that? Why did it stop short right there? Why didn't it just grab it and go? Make you think it's time for the sell? And then it's going to go up here, grab it and go? That's what my guess would be. For anybody that think this is a protected low or high or whatever you want to call it. That's my guess. I think it's going to come and take it. And then if it's going to go down, go down. We got about 4 minutes still. So if it doesn't close above this zone, then we should be straight for the sales to continue. If it wicks up and grab that liquidity, then it for sure should come down before it go up and grab these gaps. So let's see what it do. 3 minutes until the candle close. Alright, we got about 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes. Let's see what price is gonna do right here at this 49.030. Can I get a close? Can I get a close? Is it gonna close? Is it gonna close? Close. About 35 seconds. Can I get a close now? Here now.
Hello, now is 11 o'clock a.m.
Oh, it closed above. Now let's see if it holds the weight. See if it holds weight. This might be the first L we take. If you didn't get out earlier when I told you to get out, you would have closed a little bit of profit down here right before TV1.
Now, Runway said he's going to be like 2 minutes. Are they already waiting? Nobody's here yet? Alright, we'll give him a minute. He's the only one? That's fine. Are they already waiting? Nobody's here yet? Alright, we'll give him a minute. He's the only one?
shoot down now after random stops. Alright, y'all, I'm about to wrap it up. I will let y'all know inside the group if we hit TP 1, 2, or 3, or if we hit stop loss. Right now it's going to the upside, going towards the stop loss. We might be hitting these gaps. But like I said earlier, if you jumped out, you would have took a little bit of profit, which was here, right before TP1. If not, you are in drawdown right now, which is also fine because it could still come back and play out the way that we need it to play out. It just might be grabbing liquidity first. So with that being said, if you're looking for a group of people going in the same direction that you're going in, tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. And if you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. I love y'all. I appreciate you.